You ever hear the sound of a key scraping in a lock that's not supposed to turn? That metallic screech echoing through your own hallway in the middle of a quiet afternoon? Let me tell you, there's nothing quite like it. That's how it all started with Karen Whitmore. Yeah, President Whitmore herself, ruler of Willowbrook Estates, HOA, the type who probably dreams in bylaw citations and parking violations. She glanced back over her shoulder, I swear like some cartoon villain, then slid that master key right into my front door, twisted it till it popped, and walked in like she owned the place. The click of her pumps on my hardwood was the first sign, and the big low growl that rolled out of the shadows from my living room. Two amber eyes staring her down, and before she could even get her bearings, 90 pounds of German Shepherd muscle was up, teeth bared, letting her know in no uncertain terms she was about to have a real bad day. Let me back up a sec so you know I'm not just spinning a tall tale here. Name's Marcus Chen. I moved to Willowbrook about half a year ago, just hoping for a quiet life after 20 years in the military. I brought Shadow, my retired K-9 partner, with me 3 tours together, more loyal than any human I've ever known, and a better judge of character too. We picked Willowbrook because it sold itself as the kind of community where nothing happens, peaceful, secure, all that. Only thing nobody warned me about was the HOA. Or more specifically, Karen. First week here, I'm still unpacking boxes, sweaty and tired, and there's this rapping at my door like someone's got a vendetta against my doorbell. I open it. There's Karen. Clipboard. Disapproving face. She tells me with that nasal tone, like she's reading me my rights, that my moving truck's been parked in my driveway an excessive duration, direct quote. Apparently that's HOA code 7.3 subsection B if you care. I explain as polite as I can that I'm just moving in, still unloading, but she's already writing up a warning. From there, it's off to the races. Every other day, it's something. My mailbox is apparently 3/4 of an inch too tall. My front door is aggressively neutral beige, and my late grandma's garden gnomes are unauthorized lawn ornamentation. But you know what really set her off, Shadow? Even though he's quiet, perfectly trained, and honestly more likely to sniff you for treats than bite, Karen insists he violates reasonable pet size restrictions. Now the rules say under 100 pounds is fine. Shadow's 90, I showed her, but she said, and I quote, German, shepherds are inherently threatening breeds. Next thing I know, she's snapping pictures over my fence, recording every second my dog's outside. She starts showing up with a ruler, measuring my grass, photographing my curtains. I start feeling like I'm living in some dystopian novel. Then I get this letter slid under my door in purple ink saying the HOA is conducting mandatory interior inspections for code compliance. Illegal modifications, unauthorized paint, unapproved fixtures threatening fines and legal action if I don't let them in. I know this is way beyond her authority, but Karen's been bullying people for so long nobody pushes back. My neighbor Janet fills me in. She says Karen's been ramping up, especially with new folks. Some people have even moved out. Janet leans in and says, you know what's worse? Karen brags about having a master key for emergencies. Gives me chills the way she said it, like nobody feels safe. So one Thursday, I have to run errands. Shadow's napping. I lock up tight and arm my security system. I'd had cameras installed after Karen started poking around. As I pull out, I spot her silver sedan down the block. I figure she's up to her usual nosiness. Boy, did I underestimate her. Later, my security footage fills in the blanks. 10 minutes after I leave here, comes Karen, clipboard and keys, knocks once. Barely waits. Then pulls out the master, mutters, time to catch him red-handed, and just walks right in. Starts snapping pictures. Kitchen, living room, even my coat closet. So busy playing detective, she doesn't notice Shadow get up. Shadow doesn't attack. He's not a vicious dog, but he knows an intruder when he sees one. He blocks the exit head low, growling deep from his chest tail stiff. Karen freezes, phone slips from her hand, hits the floor, her back against the wall. Eyes wide like she's seen a ghost. Shadow holds her there, not letting her pass, never touching her, but making it crystal clear she's not moving unless I say so. For 15 minutes she's pinned, whispering, please, nice doggy. Over and over, her voice shaking. Shadow just stands guard, waiting. I pull back into the drive, see her car still there, and I just know something's wrong. I rush inside, and there she is, plastered to the wall, tears streaming down. Shadow standing firm. The moment I say his name, he's all wags, tail thumping, comes right over like the loyal old friend he is. Karen crumples to the floor, blubbering about official inspections and her authority. I call 911 and keep my voice steady, reporting a break-in. Karen's eyes go even wider. I also call animal control not to report Shadow, but so there's an official record that my dog did everything by the book. While we wait, I cue up the security footage on my tablet, angle it so Karen can see herself using the key, snapping pics, trespassing like it's nothing. The cops show up. Officer Rodriguez takes one look at the video and just shakes his head. Explains to Karen very clearly that HOA power does not mean you can waltz into someone's home without permission or a warrant. That's breaking and entering, full stop. Animal control reviews the footage too and ends up praising Shadow's training, said he did everything right, didn't bite, just held her there. Karen's desperate now, trying to spin a story about anonymous complaints and illegal activities. When they press for details, she can't provide a single one. Officer Rodriguez cuffs her right there for criminal trespass and breaking and entering. She starts shrieking about her position, her influence, nobody cares. By that night, word's all over the neighborhood. My doorbell's ringing, non-stop, neighbors coming by with their own stories. Tom from Oak Street says she broke into his garage to photograph his tools, called them a noise violation. Sarah says Karen let herself into her house while she was at work, left a citation on the kitchen counter. The stories pile up and they're all bad. Emergency HOA meeting that night, standing room. Only people livid, demanding to know why Karen has a master key and how long she's been abusing it. The board, finally free of her intimidation, admit they've known she overstepped but were too scared to challenge her. The vote to kick her out is unanimous. Even her allies jump ship. The criminal case moves fast. Karen's lawyer tries to claim she was just doing her job, but the prosecutors got hours of security footage, witness after witness, all painting a picture of a woman gone drunk on power. Turns out she's been keeping detailed files on residents, sneaking into homes, even threatening to put liens on properties for made-up violations. When the verdict comes, the judge doesn't hold back, guilty on all counts. Breaking and entering. Harassment. She gets 18 months in prison, 3 years probation has to pay, restitution to everyone she hurt, banned from any HOA for life, can't come within 500 feet of Willowbrook. The best part. At the next HOA meeting, Shadow gets a hero's commendation. The board throws him a little ceremony, gives him a shiny collar tag, and a year's supply of treats. He deserves it more than anyone, if you ask me. The new board changes all the locks, sets real rules for keys, and Janet, now the new president, makes sure nobody's above the law. As for Karen, last anyone saw her was in court, ghost white, shaking, whispering, "No, no, no," while the judge read her sentence and the courtroom artist sketched her downfall. I don't know if she ever figured out how badly she misjudged what real authority means. But that's life in Willowbrook now, quieter, safer, with a whole lot fewer mandatory inspections. Funny how one German shepherd with better manners than most folks ended up teaching the whole neighborhood a thing or two about boundaries. So now I gotta ask, where do you draw the line between order and abuse of power? Would you have handled it differently, or did Karen finally get what was coming? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's hear where you stand on justice, community, and how far is too far.